pop, pop, pop into popcorn.
90s hip hop is like the equivalent of like some of those really like 1950s like rock and roll songs before
we knew better.
No, just like and hip hop in general is kind of a lot like those songs where like they're gonna rap about one thing, they're gonna talk about like cherry pie or like.
It's mostly fucking innuendo, but not even like really well hidden innuendo. It's like, come on over to my trailer, underage girl, obviously, but I'll sing it in falsetto.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that's how JT got off. Look, before anyone writes in and starts shitting on us, I'm not besmirching the honor of the Justin. I think
the JT.
I believe he's a very, very young and strong individual in the game. That's all I've got.
Justin Timberlake. Well.
Damn, just let the conversation die, huh?
My baby's in the backseat, reading a magazine. I'm in the front seat, looking up a dirty stain.
This is what we into, y'all. I'm your boy Rob Karma Robinson, and as always, here with my man.
My name's Lawrence Dial.
Lawrence of the Dials.
I like how sometimes you start all sexy.
Oh, do I?
Yeah, you always start pretty low and sexy.
Well, my voice isn't warming because up until this point in my day, I haven't spoken to any other human being. There is no need to actually warm.
You didn't even talk to me on the phone when I called you.
I was like, just out the shower, dude. I was like wet and slippery. I was like, I'm awake. I know we're recording today.
You don't even say I just got to show you. You're just like drying off.
I was like,
text.
I was like, relax. I'm awake. I'm drying off. Just the facts, man. You don't need all the exposition. I'm not like Disney. I like to just get right to the shit.
Oh, Disney. To go back to the Disney Plus app, I was looking at it more today. If you click on like the Disney little spot, it rearranges all of their movies in by decade, so you can watch Disney stuff from the 20s, Disney stuff from the 30s.
I figured they wouldn't give you like what do they call that? The Matrix or whatever without an option to to change it grid wise.
Yeah, they don't for Marvel at all.
Really?
Yeah, no, Marvel's like
it's just whatever's up there.
Yeah, wow. Marvel, they give you nothing. They're just like blah. We just threw it up on some like.
It's kind of almost like they don't care about that IP. It's just there because it makes. Never mind.
Well, Marvel was an important. It was an important part for Disney because they bought Marvel and then it did amazing. It did billions of dollars. Well, every Marvel movie, for the most part, makes $1 billion.
For the most
worldwide.
part, saved Marvel as a company.
Yeah. Oh, also all the cartoons, like the X-Men cartoons, the Spider-Man.
You mean the ones from the 90s?
Yes, all of that stuff. So I meant to mention that last week.
That's not Disney, is it?
That is Disney.
I mean, back then when we were getting it, like instant like weekly, it wasn't theirs yet. I mean, it is now.
Yes,
but
so you can watch all of those old cartoons. And I thought later, after the fact we recorded last week, I was like, oh, Rob would be really into this stuff.
I kind of am, but like there are other ways to get that stuff without having to go to Disney Plus. You know what I'm saying?
But I liked it because I watched the 3rd episode of The Mandalorian first thing this morning, right as soon as my kids got out of the house. So that was cool. I didn't have to naggle with anything.
Still 30 minutes.
Boom. Yeah. 35. Did you watch the 2nd episode?
I did.
We'll get into it.
Okay.
Yes, this is our Thanksgiving episode.
You know what? I thought about that too. I was like, damn, I guess technically this is our Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah.
Not for nothing, I kind of wish we were doing it live on Thanksgiving.
Well, everything was happening.
Just so that Laurel's head would explode.
What are you guys doing?
She would kill us. No! Turn it off!
Come set the table!
Set the table! We are at the table. Pass the turkey, Rob.
I know. Now move that shit out of the way.
What is your favorite Thanksgiving dish, thing, property, element?
Oh, you mean like for Turkey Day?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I like a good stuffing.
Yeah.
I like a really good stuffing. Like no innuendo at all. Like seriously, stuffing's delicious. I wasn't being funny, bro. I mean, I really like stuffing. Bro.
Yeah, you do.
You're 12. You're fucking 12.
I like the one year where like you came in, you're like, was it me who packed up the leftovers?
Are you talking about the year that you gave me no protein whatsoever?
Yeah.
You were like, bring your own. You're like, and then basically you were like, next time just bring your own fucking Tupperware, man. I don't know what to tell you. I was like, dude. You gave me nothing, but I've got like 80 pounds of greens, 2 pounds of mashed potatoes, but no meat. What kind of shit is going on?
It's a big production in our house too, because we overdo it. Last year we had an 18-pound turkey.
You guys really go hard.
We're gonna do less this year.
You guys go so hard for Thanksgiving. I mean, you set a bar pretty high for like I've turned down many an invitation from other friends based on the fact that I'm like, nah, I already got that covered. Thank you.
I get that way covered.
That's, you know what, I got that so covered. I know what my meals are gonna be for the next week after this motherfucker.
I like Thanksgiving a lot, but like after I think 2 days after Thanksgiving, I'm like done with it.
Word?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you should be. It's fucking 2 days after.
I
bro.
know, but we'll end up with like so much food that it'll last an entire week.
That's not a bad look, bro. Like I honestly, I prefer the days after Thanksgiving more than I actually like Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Like Thanksgiving leftovers at any given point after the fact are so fucking bomb. Because there you're like, you could just mix and match for all the different shit that you have left over. You're like, oh, I'm gonna put some cranberry with some fucking what do other people eat? I don't know.
Creamed onions.
Yeah, creamed onions.
Sure.
I'm gonna throw that on a sandwich and maybe scramble up some, I don't know, layers of what other people eat. I don't know.
Scramble up some sweet potatoes.
I don't. I fucking know.
Scramble up some Brussels
I don't
sprouts.
fucking know, man. I'm exhausted.
Normally we do like a little like warm up together. We do like kind of like a salute to the sun.
Yeah,
we do some stretches.
like that classic acting class 101.
You know, we do kind of like vocal warm up type thing. But this
sit
time,
in solemn silence. No, we just jump.
We just jump right into it.
Well, I mean, I was running a little behind today because it's wet outside and MTA apparently. It's
of course.
It's like a scared cat whenever the water is on the ground. We're not going out really quickly.
Give us your $3.
Yeah, and beware all the fucking police because
everywhere.
God forbid someone's like doop over a stall. Get on the. You heard they arrested the churro lady?
The churro lady?
Yeah.
Who sells churros?
Yes.
In the subway?
Arrested that bitch. Yes.
Why? For what?
For selling churros in the subway without a permit, motherfucker!
Is there an official churro permit?
Apparently there is, because there were photos and everything. Poor little churro lady. I was like, three of them. So I'm like, y'all need 3 cops to hem up the churro lady?
Yeah, man, she's
dangerous.
She's dangerous. she'll whack you in the face with a churro, and you end up eating 5 of them, gain a whole bunch of weight.
You're like, yes, I'll have a dozen. And now I have adult diabetes.
Churros in the subway are, it's kind of like this. I don't know, because like churros.
Have you ever had a churro from the subway?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
Yeah, they're really good, but fresh churros are amazing.
That's probably why I've never had a Subway churro. I'm always like, I mean, I grew up in Texas.
Yeah.
So
they're like stale donuts. I get the sense that they make them like the day before and she brings them in. And I'm like,
yeah. And I'm not really a big stale donut fan. If them shits ain't fresh,
I mean,
donut's
a donut.
See, and I disagree.
Yeah.
I disagree. Have you ever had like a day old Dunkin' donut?
Oh, yeah, gross. Yeah. Good
But
point.
have you ever had a day old Krispy Kreme donut?
It's fine.
Fucking fine.
Yeah.
There's a difference, bro.
There is a difference.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Do they sell Dunkin' Donuts in a box like they do Krispy Kreme? Because you can go to like a grocery store and get a box of Krispy Kremes. They don't do that.
I don't think I've seen that in the grocery store.
Yeah,
No,
because they must realize they suck the next day.
No, because those things don't keep. Them just don't keep it all.
I have your opinion. Does this suck or not? A sequel to The Joker may be happening. This is the news, by the way.
I did see that, and no, I don't want any part of it. None of it.
So sequel to Joker.
I think basically because it reached $1 billion globally, they were like, green light to make some more garbage.
This is exactly what I said too, and you're like, nah, I don't think so. No way.
Yeah, I honestly didn't think it was going to make $1 billion.
I was like, it's now the biggest grossing R-rated movie of all time.
R-rated movie of all time?
Yes. Biggest grossing R-rated movie of all time.
Bigger than T2?
T2 is PG. Yeah.
I think that fucking fact is suspect.
No, look it up. You look it up.
Of all time?
Yes, of all time. The biggest rated R-rated movie. T2 might be... No, T2's rated R. I don't know.
T2 is definitely rated R, bro. He stabs that dude's fucking stepmom through the face.
Yeah, so maybe that doesn't... Because of inflation, that doesn't count. Terminator 2 box office. Let's look it up right here. Because for a while I couldn't think of any $523 million for Terminator 2 globally.
It didn't make $1 billion.
No.
Wow.
Yep.
Now that was the best one for the franchise too, right?
Was what?
That was the best.
Yes,
that was the best one for the franchise.
Yeah, I think Terminator 1 had 78.3 million.
Nobody knew about it.
Nobody knew about it. Then Terminator 3 that followed Terminator 2 that sort of, in my opinion, killed the franchise.
Yeah, definitely would have
was 433.4 million.
Didn't even make it back to T2 money. Wow.
Salvation was 371.4 million, and then the other ones are not even worth mentioning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dark Fate did very bad. Very, very bad. So yeah, I mean, maybe with inflation that would have come close to the Joker, you know, but no, I think the Joker still surpassed it, man.
I don't even think with inflation it would. That's, I mean, I don't know, man.
This is why when
impressive.
like studios are looking, they're like, oh, should we make this movie PG-13 or we should make it R?
Always, and that's why I'm like, always go to R.
Right, but when you're talking about $200 million difference or $300 million difference in sales,
and you think that's the kids.
Huh? Yeah. That or that's being able to take their kids and their family. This has happened to me in the last couple of years where we've been like, oh, let's go see a movie, and if it's R-rated R, I can't take the kids. You know what I mean? Like,
give me an example. Like, what movie like came up in recent history where you're like, oh, let's go to the movies and see? Wait, it's rated R. Like, what movie? Like this? There's some movies that you clearly are like, nah, that's not gonna happen.
Well,
let's
girls, see. But yeah, I mean, one, they may not be interested in it because it's R-rated, or not because it's R-rated, but like anything. Like, let's see what's here. Coming out soon is 21 Bridges.
Yeah,
I wouldn't take them to see that. I wouldn't be interested in that.
They'd be like, what, Daddy? Give me your phone so I can make a TikTok video.
Yeah, see, these are all rated. I mean, there's Black Christmas. That's rated R, but that's...
Was that a horror or something?
Well, it's got a bunch of white girls on the cover, so it's...
Oh, yeah, definitely. yeah. They would totally be into that shit.
They would be into that. The movie they wanted to see, actually, was Charlie's Angels. Right?
The new one with Kristen Stewart?
Yeah.
Is it out?
Oh, it's been out for a while, and it bombed.
I had no idea.
Yes. Yeah. And it totally bombed. The first opening week was $8.4 million.
Ouch. Well, if nobody knows that your movie's coming out, how are they supposed to go see it?
Yeah, well, I mean, my girls knew. Yeah, because Daisy really wanted to see it, but we just didn't have a chance to get to the theater because we're doing like middle school tours over the weekend and stuff like that.
But that's PG-13.
That's PG-13, yeah. So the 16 years prior to this was Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
Jesus Christ.
Throttle.
Maybe we should have done some more.
We should have done some more, that's right. 37 million in June of 2003.
That movie only made $37 million?
Yeah.
It was
opening week, though.
Oh.
Opening week,
okay.
yeah.
I'm with you.
That's
not bad. That's crushing it, I think.
Yeah, the other movie that bombed in the past week and a half that we had interest in that we didn't see
Queen
was...
and Slim?
What was it?
Slim and Queen.
Yeah, we were going to see that, but I don't know what that did or not. I don't think they were expecting huge numbers on that.
Oh, that was my guess. What movie was it?
Dr. Sleep with Ewan McGregor.
Oh,
the sequel to 1980's The Shining, and that did $14.1 million.
That's not good.
Terminator Dark Fate did $29 million.
That's not good either.
No. And Terminator Dark Fate was like, that had the biggest budget out of all of them. The budget for Charlie's Angels was roughly around $50 million, but
$8 million on that's abysmal.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, bro, I didn't know, I had no idea this movie, I mean, I had heard that it was being made. I didn't know it was done being made. I haven't seen an advertisement for it. I haven't seen one billboard, because normally they've been advertising 21 Bridges for like half the year.
Yeah.
I've seen that thing on a bus, like everywhere I've seen that and it's just now coming out.
Well, that's the Russo brothers, right? This is their follow-up to Endgame.
See?
And I think they were like, okay, we made you billions of dollars here. Let's push our movie now.
And I think that's probably going to serve them because, I know that 21 Bridges is either coming out really soon or just came out. I had no idea about Charlie's Angels.
Yeah, Charlie's Angels came out last week.
Was it like because normally you would see them on like a Kimmel or was there a press junket?
I'm sure there was. I just don't think people were that interested in it, other than my 7-year-old daughter, who had no
prior knowledge of the other ones.
Yeah, exactly. So she just sees like girls kicking ass, and she's like, "I want to go see that."
Well, then I think then the mission accomplished.
Yeah,
I think mission accomplished. I think that's the right tone for those kind of movies. Like little girls seeing that and being like, "What? Yeah, Daddy, take me to go see that shit."
So it stars Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella Balinska. directed by Elizabeth Banks. Elizabeth Banks hit up Twitter and was like,
"Come see my movie."
She was like, "Yeah, well, she did," but she was basically also sort of blamed the lack of sales on men. She was like, and I don't want to paraphrase too roughly, but she was basically like this is why movies don't do good because men don't go see female movies, but females didn't go see this movie either.
I'm like, Liz, and I love her.
Yeah,
I think she's phenomenal. I don't think that's this year. Like I'm saying, I think it really. The advertisement was terrible. Like, this is New York City, and you don't have one billboard, one bus, one anything to let people know that your movie's coming out. Tell me, you're out in the city a lot, probably as much as I am.
I saw some subway signs, but you know what? It was just really forgettable. I think back, like, what? And if that's right about what Elizabeth Banks is saying, that men didn't go out and see it, then why did all these men go and see the first one?
Right.
And so maybe, I don't know, maybe guys were more interested in seeing, instead of Kristen Stewart, more interested in seeing what's her face,
Lucy Liu and Cameron Diaz.
Diaz and
what's her face?
But it was also a different. I don't know. It was a different time then.
It definitely was. I honestly don't think if you made those movies today that they would hold up. Like,
right.
Like I feel like
they're still fun watches. You watch them on a Sunday.
Are. I mean, they've aged fine.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, with the way that we have, people just wanting to be angry about things. I feel like there'd be people coming out back. Oh, well, this is.
What do you mean people just want to be angry about things? What is that? We're not supposed to be angry about things, Rob?
I'm just going to give you an example, and please don't kill me.
These things, these are outrageous things happening. We should be angry.
You heard a guy whistling on the street today, and from your house, you were in your home, and you heard a gentleman on the street in New York whistling as he was coming on the block. And what was your initial reaction to that, Lawrence?
I was like, that motherfucker, who was whistling? Who was whistling?
And then, as it turned out, who was that motherfucker whistling on your block?
My doorbell rings. Of course, it's Rob.
It's me.
Whistling down the block.
Just walking down the street of New York on a gray, kind of overcast, rainy day, whistling to myself, just enjoying the breath in my lungs to just make the sound come over my lips with a toot.
Yeah.
This motherfucker was mad. From inside his house. So you tell me how it go down.
There were other movies that were reboots that totally bombed. Men in Black International, that bombed.
Wasn't good.
Yeah. Do you know that the Men in Black 3... was the Men in Black movie that made the most money out of all of them?
And the irony is it's literally the worst one.
I don't think it's the worst one.
It's the worst one.
I think Men in Black International is the worst one.
I disagree. I liked Men in Black International. It just had no soul, no real heart, no gravitas. It was like...
all those things you go to the movies for.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's just plug in a Hemsworth and a what's-her-face. And, we're going to make money on this.
But the Jumanji sequel, that was huge.
Yeah. Well, look, this is the thing. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is like the remedy for most franchises. You plug him into any movie franchise, and it makes money. That's how goddamn charismatic that motherfucker is.
Yeah.
That's basically how he became a movie. Like, he went from being a wrestler, and not just like a wrestler. He had one of the best ring presences of the last probably like decade of wrestlers.
Yeah.
Like, you got Stone Cold, who... Stone Cold,
Austin.
Who's basically, that's the character that he played is basically who he is. That's there's no real gravitas in that. He's like, I drink beer and I'm from Texas and and you're like, yeah,
all right, cool.
All right, America,
Texas.
Somebody throw that motherfucker a beer,
Hold my beer while I throw this beer.
Exactly, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You there's no real mystery there. But that motherfucker Rock, you saw him sort of like morph and change. He's a really good bad guy. He's a really good guy. It's
just even beyond that. He's incredibly likable.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who dislikes The Rock, who's like, I will not see that. I hate The Rock.
If you find somebody who's like, I don't like The Rock, like genuinely, like they have a problem with Dwayne, the person.
Yeah.
That person,
That's something wrong with that person.
Kill yourself.
It's like somebody being like, I don't like Mr. Rogers.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
You know what else it's like? It's like, I don't like Harry Potter. And then it's also like, I don't like Rami Malek. Like, these are all like, when you meet somebody who doesn't like any of those people, you're like, just back away slowly.
Just be like, well, it was nice to meet you.
Keep your eye on them.
Yeah. Oh, don't turn your back
away.
No, slowly. Just back up. Don't run. You gotta keep that constant eye contact like a wolf.
So I want to ask you real quickly, because 2020 has a whole bunch of reboots coming up, long dormant franchises.
The news program?
What? Yeah, the news program.
I just like that your face was, I like that you were like, you had to process it. You're like, what the fuck did you just say?
2020, the news program, is producing all these coming movies. In January 17th, we're getting Bad Boys for Life. Mm-hmm. Is that going to bomb or is it going to be dope?
That's going to be dope. Because every black person in America is going to come out and support that shit.
I'd say it's going to bomb.
Okay. Well, Rob predicts.
Let's see. MGM's No Time to Die, April 3rd, the new Bond flick.
It'll make money. I don't know. It's not going to be like...
Yeah.
It's not going to crush box offices with like, it's...
I think you're right. He's too old.
Fine. I don't think it's an age thing. I mean, fucking...
Rami Malek is too old in that movie.
Oh, okay.
Daniel Craig is perfect.
That's... that took a turn I did not expect to take. All right.
It is a 25th installment, so maybe people like that kind of like when we're like...
Anniversary shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, what is the 20th? What do you get a motherfucker for the 25th wedding anniversary?
I don't know. We're not there yet.
I mean, I got to prepare, bro.
Whatever doesn't piss them off.
I don't think that's quantitative. I don't think you can get something to quantify that.
But my basic like Christmas, birthday gifts for my wife, anniversaries. It's whatever will piss her off the least.
You bought me lingerie? Where am I gonna wear this?
She loves lingerie, actually. But yeah.
Good to know. How does she feel?
Top Gun Maverick, June 26th. Bomb or dope?
Pass. I don't want any part of it.
All right, do you think it's gonna? I'm not asking if you're gonna see it. Do you think
no,
it's gonna?
I don't think it's gonna make money. No, I think that the people who would really go see that are kind of like, yeah, you're about 2 decades too late for that shit to be relevant and for me to care about Air Force pilot fighters. I mean, that shit was really cool. Like in the 80s and 90s, we were really into that. Like, because those planes,
America.
And those planes were like the height of technology.
Yeah.
But we haven't really had any real jumps in like fighter jet technology in a few decades. We've been using the same motherfucking plane for a while.
Yeah.
Like the closest innovation we had was I think the F-22 Raptor, which was, it's a dope plane, but like completely fucking shit for combat. Like,
I love that you know this. I have no clue.
Dude, you know what? You want to know why I know this?
You could be like,
Ace fucking Combat, bro.
Oh, there you go.
Ace goddamn Combat. I must have played. I played all of them up until like the very most recent installment. I love those games. And they teach you some shit.
See, I like the H-29 Brontosaurus.
Okay, well, you out here just making up words like somebody with Tourette's. And
what if they named every plane after dinosaurs?
One, it'd be the dopest fucking Air Force fleet you could have. I mean, who wouldn't want to fly like the F-16 Triceratop? And it'd be like a plane with 3 engines on it. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to Top Gun Park.
Boo this man! Boo this man!
And last one that's coming out in 2020, the Ghostbusters reboot franchise, whatever it is.
I'm there for all of that shit. Yeah, I mean, especially it sounds like everybody's coming back for it. I mean, everybody who's alive. Everybody's R.I.P. Rings.
They got his son though.
Okay,
Reitman.
all right. I mean, does he look like? Oh, you said Reitman.
Yeah.
Oh,
isn't it Ryan Reitman?
I was saying Ramis.
Oh, Ramis. Oh, yeah, Ramis.
Egon's dead.
Yeah.
So
bummer.
Yeah.
He was so important too.
Yeah, he was a smart guy.
Yeah, he was the smart one.
Do, Ray, Egon.
I got another sequel coming our way.
Okay.
It is Star Trek 4. Back on.
Yeah, I heard about this. Yeah, and somebody's directing.
Noah Hawley.
Why do we care about him?
Because you don't, because you never watched Legion, but it's a great show.
Right, it's the guy who did Legion.
But I think you did watch Fargo, and he also created the Fargo TV series.
I saw the movie and he directed the Fargo movie.
No, the TV series.
Oh, well, I didn't see the series.
Oh man, the TV series, like seriously, I like finding like your little spots that you've missed because I can tell you right now, like watch all of those. I think there's 3 seasons out. They're better than the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the movie's like its own little condensed kind of perfect nugget of film.
I feel like the movie was great because of the cast. That cast was phenomenal. I mean, the story's kind of...
The cast for all of these Fargo series are like incredible.
Okay, for sure.
The first one's got Bilbo Baggins. What's his name?
Who was in the he was in the Marvel joints.
Yeah, I'm looking him up right now. Apparently,
Martin Freeman.
Freeman. Yeah, Freeman. Yeah, there. He's in that one. The second one, my brain's not working. Forget it. I'm not gonna go through the cast.
Yeah, no, I'm with it. Yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah, so Star Trek 4 is back on. This actually has nothing to do, which I just learned, with the Tarantino Star Trek movie.
Yeah,
totally different things.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to be one and the same, but, but apparently they're not.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think I knew that.
So that makes me actually more excited for Tarantino's thing because it's not beholden in any way to a previous franchise.
It sounded like the shit that I got from the Tarantino thing. It was basically like a Star Trek one-off that he was. They were just being like, "Hey, would you be interested?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, of course. Can I say space N-words?"
Yeah. Oh my god. Can you imagine?
Yes. Are you kidding? Have you seen that guy's body of work?
Just
Absolutely.
Realistically.
Yes, I can absolutely
imagine. You think that he will say the N-word in space?
I feel like he'll find a way to work it in, like they're
like
in the holodeck or something. And,
oh no! Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
now you're right. Oh no!
Come on! He's a privileged white guy. You don't think he's gonna find a way to throw space N-word in there? Come on, stop.
He's like, yeah, just it's my thing.
It's just I just wanted to bring some authenticity to it. Why that word?
Like it opens as a blaxploitation movie in 1970s, and you find out they're just stuck in like a holodeck the whole time.
See, I mean, we were. Boom. That's gold right there.
We should be writing this for him.
Should be.
Noah Hawley was also supposed to do a Doctor Doom movie, the Fantastic Four villain.
I definitely heard that, and honestly, I would love a Doctor Doom movie.
Yeah,
like the way that, in the same way that like the Joker is one of these enigmatic characters that has this long and storied and checkered history. Dr. Doom has one of those too.
Yeah.
And he is like a really well done Dr. Doom movie could give you exactly what. Remember when we were talking about how like you like some of the best villains are the ones that you empathize with. You're like, fuck.
Sure, or they start out good and turn bad, and you can see and agree with their choice for going bad.
Yeah, and Doom is. That character, like, you find out his backstory, you go back into, like, his history of how he became Dr. Doom. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the best Marvel villains, I'll go out on a limb and say, of all time. Because, one, he's human.
Yeah.
So it's not like, it wasn't like he, miraculously woke up and, he's basically like an evil Tony Stark. He was like, if Tony Stark wasn't Tony Stark, he would be Dr. Doom.
But he was good at one point, though, is what you're saying.
No.
Okay, so he's not like what we were just talking about.
No.
He's been bad the whole time.
He's had a series of really fucked up circumstances in his life. Like, it's, nature and nurture type shit. Like, they both come from privilege.
Okay.
But, like, what if privilege, afforded you, your mother getting killed.
Also me.
And your face being permanently scarred.
Totally me.
Yeah.
So basically
that's
Dr.
what
Doom.
happens to you.
If you're listening, you don't know what I look like. I'm hideous.
I mean, if you've seen The Hunchback of Notre Dame, picture that, but worse.
And whiter.
Really white. Like Al. You ever seen that movie Powder? Like, imagine that, but like 10 times whiter. Dude, the people who listen to this podcast, if they haven't seen Powder, they will.
I saw Powder in the theater.
Wow, you are that kind of nerd.
And there were people to the right of me, like teenagers, making fun of it the whole time.
Yeah, there's trauma based in that shit.
And somebody came in and asked them to leave. And it was the first time in a movie theater that I saw what happens if you talk too loud in a movie theater and don't give a shit because it's a movie called Powder.
I love that movie. I don't give a fuck.
Later, they turned that theater into like a church meeting event. It was like a local little tiny theater in Newburgh.
Tell our loving listeners, where are you from again?
Newburgh, Indiana.
Bangarang Peter.
So what else? The Todd Phillips got greenlit for a Joker sequel, but he was also in talks with Warner Brothers to potentially oversee a number of different origin films using DC villains and characters.
Isn't this the same motherfucker who said he wouldn't do?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Of course, man. It's all...
That's fucked up, but you know what else is more fucked up than that? Fucking Google Stadia right now.
Okay, yes. I was going to say that's that fuckery. But then I was kind of
you're
like...
right. It is. You're not wrong.
But I'm a little upset because we have
is that fuckery.
All of your taglines are popular, which I have no taglines other than later hater.
I have popular taglines?
Yes. You have that's that fuckery. You have kill yourself.
I mean,
and you also have,
with a caveat, I'm not too sure that one should stay. I feel like
you also have later haters, which I don't agree with.
No one has that. No one on this show claims
Feelaways. That's the other one. So you got three. You got a trifecta.
I didn't know those were taglines. Those are just things I say when I get emotional about some shit.
every now and then family-friendly sponsors will listen to this podcast and be like, well, we'll give these guys some money. They got diversity. They got the white guy,
and
too.
And then I'll drop the first goddamn and motherfucker in the first 5 seconds. They're like, all right, strong pass. Yeah, I wish I could be more family-friendly so it would attract more sponsorship opportunities, dog, but...
What do you think? What do you think is our target sponsorship?
I feel like our target sponsorship.
You have to say it because I can't.
I feel like our target sponsorship are like dudes who used to go to the porn theaters on 42nd Street back in like the 90s. Back when 42nd Street was like grimy. I feel like that's our target, right there.
Welcome to What We Into, 42nd Street's last remaining porn store official podcast. Get into us.
No. You got any more quarters? Does anybody have any more quarters?
What a weird thing. Why would you go someplace with quarters in your pocket, put them into a machine, and jerk off to something?
Because we're animals, bro. How many times do I have to say it out loud? We're animals, bro. Like the highest evolved on the planet. But we're no different. We're no different than
this was a time when people would watch porn movies in a cinema.
Yeah.
People
with
were
other
so
motherfuckers
starved for porn.
No, I don't think people were starved for porn. I think people were just starved for human contact. Like you remember
None of that's changed, but we don't watch porn in movie theaters anymore.
Oh, that's true. We just do it on the train like everybody else.
It was literally like they had magazines and they had like Ennis Nin novels, and they could like read and they could jerk off and they could look at pictures. Yeah, but then somebody's like, "Oh man, I wish I could like see some film of porn. Guess I'll go down to the local cinema or go to the little porn shop and put a quarter in and watch 35 seconds of something."
But some of those porn theaters down there weren't just film; they were like live.
Yeah.
You could go put your quarter in, and
a plexiglass
sheet would come up, and you could be like, "All right, that was only 30 seconds. This machine is broken.
I need some change."
Right?
The fuck.
I mean, but I guess it was a good thing because there was more change readily available in the world. Maybe I feel like
there was a lot more. That would be like putting in like $2 for like a minute.
I mean, I feel like what was the going rate for one of those? You know what? Let's not speculate. Yeah. I feel like we'll do
a porn episode later. I know you're excited. Just hold the roll.
What? I mean, is this not the part where we?
We have a triple X rated porn conversation.
I was gonna say I can't just jack off right now.
No, you already are. Please stop.
I mean, okay, fine.
Or at least keep it hidden from my view.
Well, you
raise that laptop computer.
I didn't realize you were such a prude all of a sudden.
Not a prude. I'm jealous. What was your segue?
I was going to talk about the Stadia, but this.
Oh right, no, let's talk about Stadia.
This joke. I was working with a buddy of mine on one of these overnights, and he said some shit that had me cracking up because we're going to talk about Goblet of Fire this week,
yes,
right?
Coming up,
and so I made some Harry Potter joke to the effect of some kind of Harry Potter joke that had to do with Sirius Black, and the motherfucker just he's like, "Yeah, that's what I call my penis," and it had me dying. I was like, when Sirius, so I went back and I was watching it this week. So there's this scene where Harry's talking to the Sirius Black in the fireplace.
Yes.
Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, bro.
Thank you, Kyle. I'm sorry, but in the previous movie before we're introduced to Sirius Black, the kid who gives you sort of the little exposition is like the one of 2 black kids in the entire Harry Potter franchise, and he's like, "That's that Black." That's that Sirius Black or some shit like that. And I'm like, oh.
You made the choice to do this, guy. You knew the optics. They knew the optics. They knew the optics.
He's got the most lines out of any black character in all of Harry Potter.
And you gonna have him say black a few times.
Exactly.
That's that Black. That's the Sirius Black.
Exactly.
I mean, he might as well have had an afro with a pick in it and like a fucking dashiki and a joint hanging out his lip. What the fuck?
He's already slipped past them once, hasn't he? Who's to say he won't do it again? That's right. Black could be anywhere.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Anyway,
for our Thanksgiving episode, we have Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
The rewatch.
It's great. Yes, Stadia bombed. Of course.
Badly,
Of course
bro.
it did. It made no sense.
Like,
who was
badly.
it for?
Like it's. I think it's at this point, like as we're probably talking, or even probably. I'm going to speculate. I'm going to go ahead and put it on them that even by the time this actual podcast gets put up, the problems that they've had since their launch what have been fixed.
What were the problems of their launch?
Other than the shitty library, people couldn't like log in.
Yeah.
There was like a hardware.
They were supposed to be emailed codes, and they get the codes finally today, about 3-4 days after.
Oh, well, you know more than me, shit.
Well, that's all I know. that's as much as I cared to know about the Google Stadia.
It left me with. I was like, man, I really wanted this to be not this.
Yeah. The problem is that it's Google, and they have billions and trillions of dollars. So I think this
Why is that a problem? That should have been easy then. This should have been fucking easy.
I think this is their soft rollout.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah, so
it most definitely is a soft rollout.
They're planning big thing. Yeah, you can lean back. Just pull the mic closer to you.
I will pull the mic closer to you, motherfucker.
They're planning a future where we stream all our games just like we stream all of our television and our movies now.
So basically, you think it's an infrastructure thing?
Yes.
They don't have the infrastructure.
They're setting it down right now. They're getting it ready.
Then why not just fucking wait? Why do this soft, like, limp dick rollout that is basically going to shit your stocks for the foreseeable future right now?
But this is a drop in the bucket for Google, money wise. It's a tiny little thing.
It's a you're not wrong. It's basically the Amazon plan. You know, throw a bunch of money at something till you acquire it.
Yeah,
and then
exactly. And it's $130, but in the next year it's going to be free. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They're going to send you the box and send you, I don't know if the controller's free, but they're going to send you the Google Stadia. It's like if Roku sent you a box for free and you had to subscribe to it. Because you have to pay a subscription on top of paying full price for the games. Right? Mm-hmm. Anyways, we talked about it last week. I don't want to talk too much about Google Stadia.
We've talked it to death, like the sort of like ins and outs of it, but
I don't think it's out. I think they're just predicting a 5-10 year future thing.
Well, 5-10 year. 10 years is basically the shelf life of your
console.
Yeah.
7 to 10 years. Yeah. Yeah, I think we get new consoles every 7 years, roughly. Yeah. But really, we hold on to them another year or two, and then we move into the next thing.
I feel like PlayStation has been like right on time every 10 years.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm still not going to buy a Google Stadia. I'll still stick with the PlayStation.
Well, some of the other news is PlayStation gave us. You can see what the controllers will look like for the PS5.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Describe it to me while I look it up.
It's basically the only real changes that are made is they made the USB ports smaller, the control sticks are smaller, the triggers are bigger, and at least for now the light is gone.
Oh. Did you like the light or not?
I actually love the light.
Me too.
I would use it like to light my way when I'm playing in the dark and shit like that. Mm-hmm. It had its benefits, and I like that for certain games the color would be different.
Yeah. I do remember reading about this now, and the only thing I retained from it was that the triggers on the controller are going to be sensitive in a way that whatever game you're playing, they can affect how hard you put, how the resistance to those triggers. So
because they already they have that sensitivity on the
but they always
right now.
But depending on how strong you or they don't push back on your fingers in the sense of like
there's no give to the way that like if you're actually holding a trigger on something, there's a resistance to your
but or for example, like you pull it once with the trigger and there's a certain amount of resistance, it's not too hard, you go to pull it again and it's much harder.
I see.
Or less hard, if that makes sense.
Based on the game that you're playing.
Based on the game or the moment in the game that you're playing.
Interesting.
So that it has a little more feedback. It's just another, adjustment to this controller that's sort of been going on since PlayStation 1.
Right. No, it definitely has. Like they've had that pressure sensitivity thing for a while now, where like pressure sensitivity, but not like the actual like you get a resistance back. Like it really is just like how much pressure you put on the trigger will affect. Like it basically this happens a lot when you're using like a scope or whatever in a game or whatever. If you kind of semi hold the trigger in, it'll scope up, kind of like magnify briefly, and if you fully pull it in, it'll magnify even more. You know what I'm saying?
They're just talking about offering the option of having more resistance to that.
The user can dial up or dial down.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Like so it's a haptic system basically.
Yes. Yeah. But let's talk about the PlayStation 4 controller. What was the one thing that they underutilized that was supposed to be the big game changer?
The giant touchpad thing in the middle.
Never. We never use that for games.
I mean,
it's just a big ass button.
Yeah, it really is just a big ass button. And most oftentimes, like at least for the most games that I end up playing, it's the map. You hit that to open up your map.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a letdown because it was supposed to like have all these other kind of functions. Like it's a touchpad basically that you really only touch once to do stuff.
But theoretically, you could like write on that thing.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like it's supposed to be like, I don't know. I feel like I feel like this generation of controller, they missed a golden opportunity, especially when you add something like that to the actual controller.
Yeah, I think the PlayStation 3 was a big leap because it was wireless. Mm-hmm. It definitely felt like a really strong controller. Mm-hmm. I like the PlayStation 4 controller, but it's not a big departure of what the PS3 was.
I think they nixed that. You remember there was a time they were thinking about making it a boomerang, like a weird.
Yes.
Sort of,
it was right around the time Spider-Man 2 was coming out, right. And even the logo for PlayStation 3 looked like the Spider-Man 2 logo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was bad. It looked bad. It was like huge. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
Yeah, I'm glad that they walked that shit back.
Yeah. I think sometimes that's good with marketing when they just throw things out in public, like Sonic, for example. Like, whoa, why does he have teeth like that? Jesus, what are you trying to do to my dreams?
Why does he have human molars? That's weird.
That's weird. And they go, oh, just kidding.
They're like, hey, psych, April Fools, guys.
Yeah.
It's like, motherfucker, it is fucking February.
So Kathleen Kennedy has some thoughts about the new Star Wars movies or the future of the Star Wars movies.
And this is based on something Lucas had said?
No, this is, Kathleen Kennedy was who Lucas pretty much said, that's the girl I want in charge of LucasArts after I sell it to Disney through Bob Iger. So she's approved by George Lucas and hired essentially off of his recommendation. She says, no, I haven't decided what's next. She says this all to Rolling Stone. We've got various things we're looking at in various ways in which that we can begin or not. As you can imagine, do you go back or do you go forward? All those questions are being asked. Forward. Do we stay? Go forward, right? Or go way back, right? Or do we stay in this galaxy? Do we go to another? The universe is never ending. She laughs. The good news and the bad news. They have endless possibilities. It's liberating. It's exciting. And it creates a lot of pressure and anxiety as well. I don't think she's going to be with us after the sequel series. That's my prediction.
The fire?
About a year ago, they gave her an extension of 3-year contract. But a lot of people thought after Last Jedi and the kind of the backlash from that movie, or the fracture that sort of happened with the fan base, a lot of people predicted, she's going to be out. Because think about it, she under her watch, Solo was the only Star Wars movie to lose money. That's her decision. If you follow all of the choices back on up, it goes to her, essentially. And so they gave her a 3-year contract extension, which ends right around the time of Rise of Skywalker is kind of out of theaters.
Okay. I think she'll be back.
Yeah.
I think she'll be back. I think it's a poor choice to lay all that stuff at her feet because I don't think those movies were bad. They all made money.
Yeah.
And they are all going to be ostensibly for the setting a keystone for what they do in the future. So at the end of the day, what's done is fucking done.
Yeah.
And I say let her rock.
What would you rather them go back or forward? It doesn't actually matter. Does it make any difference?
It doesn't make any difference. But what they should do is no longer tell Skywalker stories.
Absolutely not.
I'm done hearing about that family. That's great. We get it. They're powerful.
Yeah, when we talk about The Mandalorian next episode, I have a thought about what they could do, or hopefully what they're not trying to do with the franchise moving forward.
Okay.
I have another thought from her. She says, every one of these movies, Star Wars movies, is a particular hard nut to crack. There's no source material. We don't have comic books. We don't have 800-page novels. We don't have anything other than passionate story. Yes, passionate storytellers.
Okay, maybe she should be fired.
Yeah, who get together
that's wrong.
And talk about what the next iteration might be. We go through a really normal development process that everybody else does. You start by talking to filmmakers who you think exhibit the sensibilities that you're looking for, and she goes on and on. But immediately, I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I was like,
"You guys are the ones who said that the expanded universe doesn't exist anymore. You took hundreds of novels and hundreds of comic books and basically said no.
None of that happened. Yeah. So I'm like, what?
Like, if your excuse is that Star Wars is not Marvel, which I think is what she's saying, that we don't have all these comic books to build on.
I think she's wrong.
Yeah.
I think she's. I mean, if that's what she's saying, she's wrong.
That's what she's saying.
Well, then she's
We don't
Maybe
have
she should be
comic
fired.
books. We don't have an 800-page novels.
Bitch, we've had 30 years of comic books. What are you talking about?
You've got 6 series of an amazing Clone Wars cartoon.
Plus another 3 of what, Rebels?
Yeah.
No, okay, maybe she should be fired because I've never heard that shit in my life. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what's not ridiculous?
What?
The Oculus Rift right now is giving away like this Vader VR game.
Oh yeah. We talked about this in previous episodes. Yeah, when they announced it around, I forget what the
I think it's out now.
It is out, and they're on their 2nd or 3rd episode. It's episodic.
Oh no shit!
Yeah.
So it's like what Telltale was doing with like the Batman game.
Yes,
that's I didn't know that. I mean, I guess I did because we talked about it. I drank.
Well, now Vader Immortal, and you can only get it on the Oculus Quest or
yeah,
Rift. I think the Rift, those are interchangeable. The Quest is the one that is not attached with wires to your PC.
It looks dope.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Like I was seeing some of the gameplay for it, or well, maybe it wasn't gameplay. Maybe it was a commercial, but the commercial was giving you, I guess, in helmet footage or whatever.
Yeah,
I was like, this looks cool as shit.
It looks really good.
And I just and speaking, I got done with Fallen Order.
Yeah,
it's good.
Okay, we'll talk about it next episode.
Good. Holy shit! And Vader, no, I'm not gonna. Okay. Yeah.
Well, okay, here's some thoughts from BuzzFeed about the Vader Immortal real quick. You're fully immersed in a Star Wars planet, which looks like Mustafar to me, but I'm not sure. It's canon, so this game is official canon. Mm-hmm. Maya Rudolph plays your sassy droid.
Of course.
That's just
I'm in.
Dope.
That's just,
all you had to say was Maya. I'm in.
I'm in. Yeah. You had me at Maya.
You can basically fling stormtroopers with the Force, VR style, because it's first-person perspective, so it's your hands kind of moving, fleeing these guys around. It's literally an entire movie you play in, future of film.
Yes,
you can train with your lightsaber. You can use thermal detonators.
All of this sounds awesome.
The graphics are very good. It shows the more human side of Darth Vader. You can force pull blasters from dead stormtroopers and shoot other stormtroopers with said blaster.
That's fucking awesome.
It's not scary, apparently. I'm not going to read.
Why does that... What?
I hate jump scares, this author says. Gore and most violence in video games, yada, yada, yada. You get some light aerobics in. Because it's VR, I guess.
Yeah.
Finally, you have a head-to-head lightsaber battle with Darth Vader. I'm going to guess it doesn't go very well.
That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome.
In conclusion, this author says, I highly recommend Vader Immortal. If you like Star Wars, want to wield a lightsaber, have ever wanted to be in a Star Wars movie, or if you're looking for a Christmas gift for the Star Wars nerd in your life, Rob and Larry, what we into? Oculus Quest.
Jesus.
It's
Oculus Quest. I was like, oh, I didn't know you were Bulgarian, bro.
Oculus Quest. So basically every villain from a Pixar or DreamWorks movie in the last 10 years.
Hey, did you see your boy Tesla's new truck?
I did. PS1.
Why the fuck is it? Yeah,
the PS1 era style truck.
Yeah, I was like, that shit looks like a car from actually, I was gonna say what was that one with was it GameCube with James Bond?
What?
The Bond game that everybody played on
GoldenEye.
Yeah. It looked like one of the trucks from GoldenEye.
Yeah, sure. Back when they're like, we can only create 4 planes at once.
Listen, we only got so many polygons, bro. So we're gonna do a box.
It doesn't have wheels.
And the wheels are gonna be square wheels. But you get the gist.
Actually, I think it looks cool as shit.
You serious?
Yeah, I think the truck looks great.
You're not being facetious.
I'm 100% on board with making cars and trucks and everying
look like Legos.
No, look more like the future. It looks like a Blade Runner.
That does not look like the future, Larry. No. What that looks like is they shaved. It looks like they didn't finish that car. It looked like they put that car in a mold and they were like, "Oh shit, the boss is coming. We should have this prototype out by 10. God damn it! Just roll it out.
I'm here to see the new truck designs.
Yeah, coming right up. Fuck! And they rolled this out, and he was like, "Yes, I like it." No, fuck
I
no.
think it looks great.
No, bro.
I think it looks cool.
You could see yourself buying one of these for the when the girls come of age and when
I'm never gonna have enough money to buy one of these things, man. Ever.
No, I mean when this style
don't get my hopes up that I will be a successful person in the future.
So what you're saying, you want more cars like this? Ostensibly, the future. You want the future to look like this. So what I'm asking is, when Penn comes of age, like car age, driving age, you're on board with going in 6
years,
getting her?
bro. You think in 6 years I'm able to afford a Tesla truck?
You don't know.
I do.
Yeah, maybe.
There's one thing I'm pretty sure about. It's that my finances are not going to be so well off in 6 years that I can buy my daughter a brand new Tesla truck for her sweet 16
with
birthday.
that attitude, motherfucker, yeah.
Man.
Yeah, maybe I think you need to get up every day and start giving yourself some straight talks in the mirror. People like me. I'm strong.
There's a couple on here, though. You talking about the Tesla pickup or the Tesla truck?
The Cybertruck.
The Cybertruck, yeah. That looks dope.
No, it does not.
That little hatchback thing pops out. Look, there's even a picture here with a little Tesla motorcycle on there. That looks cool as hell.
Lawrence, no.
I like that.
Bad Lawrence. I feel like I want to roll a newspaper up and just smack you.
I like that we're
face.
so on opposite sides of the spectrum here.
Ugh.
I'm like, make it look cyber.
You think that looks cool?
Yeah.
That is I think that is the opposite of looking cool.
That looks dope. Super cool.
That looks like I looks like one of these things. You know those games that you get for your phone where they use physics and you're rolling like a car down a hill. And
yes.
That's your avatar. That's what that looks like. It looks like the avatar for your car, where you just throw it down a hill because you don't give a fuck about it. That's what that should look like.
We do give a fuck about Marvel stuff, right?
That's what
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Mm-hmm. James Gunn replies on Instagram through a question and answer that I never said Adam Warlock was in the movie.
Wait, what? So we're not getting an... I'm
when
confused.
He was asked who would be playing Adam Warlock, he says, I never said Adam Warlock was in the movie.
So Adam Warlock's not in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I mean,
okay.
Do we believe anything anybody ever tells us about movies these days?
I think
that means definitely Adam Warlock is in the movie. Mm-hmm. Who is Adam Warlock? Do you remember? Don't make me look it up in the book, the encyclopedia.
I forget what race of alien he is, but he was created. Basically, those gold motherfuckers from the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Create this, perfect being, super being, Adam Warlock or whatever, and he flips on them. Mm-hmm. Like, they create him to kill a bunch of things, and then he flips on them and becomes a hero.
He says, Adam Warlock, and this the gigantic Encyclopedia of Marvel says...
Yeah, we're going to the big book.
Yeah, he was the generic creation of a group of scientists known as the Enclave. He was the prototype for what they hoped would be an invincible army with which they planned to conquer the world. While forming in his cocoon, Warlock overheard his creator's plans. When he hatched, he rebelled against them, destroyed their base, and used his cosmic power to take off into space. But I think when we first see him, it's the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, right?
Yep.
He's being created on, what's the planet name? Or
I forget. It's the one with the gold motherfuckers at the top of the movie. Where it's the one where I forget what they're called.
Yeah, so his powers are: body can trap cosmic energy, which enhances his strength, endurance, and healing powers. Also uses this energy to reduce gravity, enabling him to fly. Projects energy blast from his hands. Pretty dope.
Yeah, he's a badass.
He's coming in Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Definitely. He's a badass.
And then Marvel Phase 5 has added a bunch of new mystery movies through 2023.
You say mystery movies?
Mm-hmm.
Mystery.
So the dates are October 7th, 2022, February 17th, 2023, May 5th, 2023, July 28th, 2023, November 3rd, 2023. And there's been some predictions, right? The first prediction is that Blade is going to be the October 7th, 2022. These are in order. So Blade, and this is going to have, what's his face in it? Mahershala Ali and Rob Robinson. Nice. Ant-Man 3, July 29th, 2022. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with hopefully Adam Warlock, February 18th, 2022. Deadpool 3, which is way out there, February 17th, 2023. So we still got over 2.5, 3 years for the next Deadpool movie. Fantastic Four, May 5th, 2023. Captain Marvel 2, July 28th, 2023. And X-Men, November 3rd, 2023. So that's
it's stacked for a while.
Pretty stacked going into Phase 4, right?
Yeah. That's all exciting. I'm actually really kind of.
You getting burnt?
Well, no, not burnt. No, I'm gung ho for all of those. I'm actually more excited about the video games coming out in the next couple of years than I am so much about the movies. There are a bunch of games coming that I'm like, yes.
What are you excited about?
Well, Last of Us.
Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2. We're getting that May 29th next year, hopefully without any subsequent delays. Cyberpunk 2077 we're getting in April.
Yeah.
Tax Day we get it the 15th of April.
Which of those two would you rather play? Because I'm on the fence about.
That's both. I'm going to be playing like 2020 is going to be one of those years I feel like where you're not going to see me. I'm going to have a full fucking beard every time. Like
podcast ends.
Yeah, I'm just going to I'm going to be gaming, and a lot of what I'm going to be into next year is going to be. I think game based. You got a Final Fantasy VII remakes coming at March. We get that early, first quarter almost.
Yep.
There, Doom Eternal. I haven't even played the most recent one, but
sounds like you're not going to play that one either. Then
you don't think so?
Well, I mean, if you got all these other games to play.
Well, I saw some of the gameplay for it, and it got a lot of really strong reviews from most of the trusted people that I go to for that stuff, But I just haven't had the time to pick it up, really. I mean, it's a first-person shooter. It is... I mean, Doom is the first-person shooter.
Right.
Like, that franchise, that IP,
Created that in Wolfenstein, right?
Wolfenstein, yeah.
When I look at the artwork for The Last of Us Part 2, and it's just her face, and she's, like, scowling, and kind of, like, blood on it, and it makes me feel kind of sad, because, like, I've been replaying this first game with her in it. This is Ellie, right? She's the main character. And you kind of grow up with her.
One of the main characters.
Yeah, one of the main characters. And you kind of grow up with her, and she's this sweet, nice girl. And so when you see her face on the cover of the second game, the sequel that's coming, it just kind of makes me sad. Because I don't know. I have girls. I have girls in my life.
Maybe you should pick up Cyberpunk.
Yeah, first.
And I'll pick up The Last of Us, and then I'll burn through, and you can just
I'll be playing Cyberpunk for
you can just not. I'll just take it, and then
Exactly.
Marvel's Avengers game we got coming in May.
That's the one where they don't get to use the actor's likeness. They get to recreate.
I think that's great. I don't think they need the actor's likeness. I think with anything comic book, you can do your own interpretation, and I think it serves to do that. So Marvel the Marvel Avengers game that's coming in May. Halo Infinite. Is coming.
Xbox.
For your Xbox friends. It's coming fourth quarter of 2020. Dying Light 2. I didn't play the first one, but
I did.
It was good.
It was good.
From what I understood.
It was really good.
That's coming second quarter of 2020. And Watch Dogs, which I was really gung-ho for, but I don't even know when that's coming now. I don't even know.
That's Watch Dogs Legion, right?
Legion, yeah. It's
Legion. That word's been everywhere. Yeah. It's weird how words come into like the cultural zeitgeist, because there was the Legion TV show. They renamed Skynet in the new Terminator movie for Legion. Then there's this. It's just interesting. That's all. Just a little tidbit thought going on there.
Star Citizen, which I don't think we'll ever get. I don't think that shit will ever release.
Citizen.
Yeah. I think it was this crowdsourced. It was this crowd-funded game, and they got like a shit ton of money to do it. From like people, and it's been in development for maybe 10 years or something crazy, and you can see gameplay footage of it, and it looks fucking insane.
Oh gosh!
But like, I don't think it'll never be done.
So they did. Valve finally announced a Half-Life sequel.
Oh yeah, that was the other news.
That was the bit of news. Did you ever play the original Half-Life?
Yeah, it's a dope game. I played 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And they were early gen games, so like the appeal isn't so much the graphical strength of these games. It really is sort of in the storytelling and the world building that they do in these games.
Well, apparently there's a bit of a kerfuffle because this is a VR only game.
VR only game. Yeah.
And people are like, we've been waiting for 15 years for a new Half-Life game.
Yeah,
and now we're going to make it a VR.
Well, no, I think there is talk that there is another console-based one that is coming as well. I thought that was what was. I didn't know that they were making a VR game. This one seems to have come out of the ether, just kind of dropped, But from what I understood, they have been in talks or have been developing a sequel to Half-Life 2. It just hasn't dropped yet. At least that's what I had most recent news I had read about it was.
Yeah, and I never played any of the original Half-Life games, so I don't really have any skin in the game for it, one way or the other. But yeah, all right.
Well,
Let me look at our website here, see if I missed any news because as I announced last episode, I've been trying to be a lot better about posting some of these news articles.
I've seen some of them
on the Facebook What We Into page.
I've seen some of those.
I got Snyder Cut Explained, a definitive guide to the disputed director's cut on there. Elizabeth Banks blames Min for her Charlie's Angel flop. That article came from E-Bombs World, which is a bit sometimes not as liberal, I think, as you and I are. So it wasn't. I don't think what she said was that terrible.
No, I don't think it was bad. I think it's easy.
Yeah,
it's easy to just say this is why this failed, and
right.
Yeah.
When there were
I like her. I like Elizabeth Banks.
Of course,
I think she's phenomenal.
Yeah, she's actually one of the only few good parts of that movie Brightburn.
Oh, word.
Did you ever see that?
No.
Oh yeah.
Come on, bro. You remember when we were talking about it, and I was like, bro, I'm not gonna see that shit.
Yeah. And and then I have some Alan Moore comments about how comic book culture is bad for you.
Wait, what?
Alan Moore, the writer of I know the grumpy old man, the writer of
Alan Moore.
So basically,
what?
This is kind of on the backs of Scorsese, but he goes a lot deeper into. Here, I'll just read some of it for you. The full statement goes, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's really long, but it says, I think the impact of superheroes on popular culture is both tremendously embarrassing and not a little worrying.
Have some seats, Alan. just have some fun. That's how he opens the statement.
That's the open.
Kill yourself and have some seats.
While these characters were originally perfectly suited to stimulating the imaginations of their 12 and 13-year-old audience, today's franchise Ubermenschen, aimed at a supposedly adult audience, seem to be serving some kind of different function and fulfilling different needs. Primarily, mass-marketed superhero movies seem to be abetting an audience who do not wish to relinquish their grip on A, their relatively reassuring childhoods, or B, the relatively reassuring 20th century. Their continuing popularity of these movies to me suggests some kind of deliberate, self-imposed state of emotional arrest combining with a numbing condition of cultural stasis that can be witnessed in comics, movies, popular music, and indeed right across this cultural spectrum.
All right, check please. All right, I'm good. No, fuck all that. No, I don't need to hear that more of that bullshit vitriol.
I don't think
have some seats with your bullshit.
I don't think that's entirely wrong.
It's not entirely wrong.
I just don't see it as a super negative thing.
But one, it's not. None of it. He's not entirely wrong, and none of that shit is actually really negative. It's kind of fucking dickish because you made your money on this shit.
Ooh, it gets really. I actually haven't read this, but it gets really kind of interesting later. He says, I would also remark that save for a smattering of non-white characters and non-white creators, these books and these iconic characters are still very much white supremacist dreams of the master race. In fact, I think that a good argument can be made for D.W. Griffith's Birth of a Nation as the first American superhero movie and the point of origin for all these capes and masks. Whoa.
Fuck that.
Whoa.
Fuck that. Fuck you. Have some seats. Kill yourself. All of that. I disagree. That last bit? No.
Okay, but you know what else? That's like logically
have you
saying...
seen Birth of a Nation?
Yes. But that's like logically saying because white people invented brass instruments that jazz is essentially...
Yeah, theirs.
Yeah, theirs.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. Alan, no, fuck. See, this is that bullshit, bro.
But it's an interesting thought, though. I mean, it's an interesting thought.
It's an interesting thought, but fuck that dude. Kill himself.
It's a deep thought, but just because a thought is deep and interesting doesn't mean that it
right.
It speaks a universal truth.
No.
Or it could be right for some people.
No.
But not right for others.
Fuck you, Alan. No.
The first response, though, it says, this comes from Aaron Starmer, and it says, he probably just hasn't seen Spider-Man Far From Home yet. That'll change his mind.
I don't think it will. I think it'd have to be the Miles Morales one. Into the Spider-Verse. That'll change his mind.
Directed by two white guys.
But drawn by a good old Korean cat.
You got anything else?
Let me see. I really think you should play Fall in Order
I hope. Did you bring it for me?
No, no. Fuck you. I'm not done with it.
Other headlines that we don't have time for is 10 cult favorite or should be cult favorite movies lurking on Disney Plus. Flight of the Navigator. You're gonna poo poo that?
Wait,
come on.
You said Tim who? But whose films?
Cult favorite movies lurking on Disney Plus.
Oh, I thought you said this was somebody's list of cult favorite movies.
It is. I mean, it's IO9 Gizmodo's list, but it's on our Facebook page.
Oh, that's great. I love that movie. Flight of the Navigator is one of the best fucking movies of all time.
In congressional first, committee approves the bill to end marijuana ban.
I read that, but I was like, not likely.
No. I mean, it's still got to go through Republican.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
Yeah. No.
Let's see, and I guess that's it.
Yeah, I don't have anything. Like, I think we covered everything for this week.
Yeah.
You going to buy anything for Black Friday?
Oh, one last thing. Amazon's already ordered a second season of the Lord of the Rings series.
I saw that too, and I didn't even bother putting it like as like a pin to something to note. I was like, really?
No, I didn't know.
I mean, I'd like to see what we're getting first.
Yeah.
I don't. I feel like when you commit to something that you know nerds are going to come out in droves to see, it's a little. It gives me room for pause. I'm a little kind of like, if you guys are already, saddling up, you're just going to pump money into something that you. I feel like it's gonna suffer from the same thing that Men in Black International had. No gravitas, just the name, just the IP name, and plug in a couple stars and
right.
Hope to strike magic in a bottle again.
I get two other things. I got a lot of stuff. I just realized. So they did the exact same thing Netflix did with Witcher. They ordered a second series. Now, basically, I mean, it's pretty standard practice. They watch the series. They judge
but they
what
haven't
kind
watched
of
the series yet.
No, Netflix has.
Oh,
we haven't seen it yet. They've seen it. They've been like, "Oh shit, this is really good. Get working on the second one so that we can immediately get that rolling."
So they're done filming and they're just waiting to roll out the season.
Yes, and that comes out I think December 20th.
Witcher. Or
yeah, and we actually have Witcher episode titles.
Yeah, I've actually looked at some of this stuff.
Yeah,
it looks better.
Yeah, so there's eight episodes. I won't run through them, but I'll put this up on the thing as well. And then,
but you never played any of those games, or you played Witcher 3 but never finished.
Yeah, you never played any other games either.
Yeah, but I finished it.
I finished Witcher 3. I just didn't finish the expansion, the two expansions.
DLC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I beat the game.
Oh, okay.
I was just burnt out of it by that time. I was like, how many times can I twirl around in a circle and spin some swords?
No. That's
Rob's
not
like, forever. No. I can do that forever.
Because it's more than just twirling swords. There's magic, there's potions. There's a lot that game had going on, depending on how you strategize to play it.
Right, but mostly just spinning around in circles with swords.
I mean, if that's how you got done, I use a little more tact, and that's probably why games where I'm just kind of waiting to block for fucking 20 minutes just to kill a guy. That's never going to work.
Last bit of news. In his Monkey Paw Productions, Jordan Peele has a new show that's coming called Hunters, and the premise is it's a team of vigilantes tracking Nazis in the 1970s. It's coming to Amazon. There's a trailer out right now. Really? It looks really good. Al Pacino's in it. I mean, and who doesn't like some Nazi hunting?
Is Al Pacino a Nazi?
No, I think he's like, I don't know. I think he's like the head of the Hunters. He's like the guy he's probably the guy that is a Nazi, but you don't find out until the end of the series that Al Pacino's the real Nazi.
That sounds cool.
A Nazi of good acting.
Mostly.
I'm your host, Lawrence Dial.
And I'm your boy, Rob Karma Robinson.
You can find us on Facebook, What We Into. You can send us an email to whatweinto@gmail.com. You can throw us $1 at patreon.com/whatweinto.
Throw your boy $1, bruh.
And I think that's it. That's all I'm gonna plug. I'm not gonna plug anymore.
All right, for sure.
We're done. You picked up your phone like I was gonna keep going for a while, but I'm done.
No, I picked up my phone because I figured you were gonna ask me, and what's your website, Rob? And I was gonna fucking stick it to you this time by giving you.
What's your website?
Well, I didn't. Now
it's at the bottom of the page.
I know.
All right.
I know.
So all I gotta say at the end of this is
no.
Maybe
no.
Wait. Go back to. You were saying Nelson. Muntz.
Yeah.
That's the Simpsons character.
Yeah.
I tried to Google that and couldn't find him saying later haters once.
No, he doesn't say it, but it's basically ha-ha.
What? What? What are you talking about?
Basically ha-ha. Ha-ha. Later haters. Yeah.
I wasted a lot of time trying to find that. A lot of time.
Yeah, you did. And that's why I'm your boy, Rob Robin.
And Lord Sal. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Love you.
Bye.